It's time for Highlands football tonight from the historic Wolverine in Turtle Creek. The Highlands Golden Rams on the road in a non-conference matchup against the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Along with the Dean, Mike Choma, and cameraman Dan, this is Mike Pavlik greeting you from Woodland Hills. And Dean, my first trip here ever, and it's quite a sight.
I have been here many times. I grew up in North Braddock, right down the road here. And when you see those stands across the way, Mike, that was built with WPA money back in the day when you had to earn your money to eat. And it's a great stadium. It's like a college atmosphere here tonight.
It really is. It's quite a scene here on a pretty chilly night. Fall is definitely upon us here. Well, let's start with some old business and talk about last week. 2 weeks ago in Indiana, we got a little taste of Wild Ram. Last week, we got the full treatment of Wild Ram.
Aaron Randolph, Mike. Aaron spells his name A-R-R-A-N.
And he ran all right.
Yeah, emphasis to the word ran. Again, you mentioned our last 8 touchdowns. He scored them 4 different ways, Mike. He got an interception. He ran one against Indiana. He caught the first touchdown against Mars. Then he ran 4 consecutive touchdowns. I've never seen that in my life. Then he threw one to Chandler Timmons to top it off. The Wild Ram went crazy, and Mike, that's going to be another feature to this offense halfway through the year.
He caught a touchdown. He threw a touchdown. He ran in 4 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns. They tackled him 6 times. I say that's a good percentage.
You're darn right.
Well, we saw some leadership on display on Friday night, too. Our normal quarterback, Chandler Timmons, got all excited about playing some wide receiver. And not only, Dean, I understand, catching a touchdown pass, but throwing some pancake blocks out there on the edge.
He sure did, Mike. And I saw him at halftime. He was giddy about catching that touchdown pass. But he also realized, Mike, now we have 2 different ways to attack teams, which is going to make it twice as hard on them and hopefully a little bit easier on us. And again, he's bought into it. I saw him during the week drawing plays for Aaron with Coach Bonaslawski, who says one day he's going to make a great coach, too. So, again, this supplement to our offense. Pick your poison. When they come out, Mike, 4 and 12 are in the backfield. Think about it. You got 2 quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know until one guy goes in motion who's going to get the ball. You're going to have 1 second. Good luck guessing.
And if we see it again tonight, I got to give a shout out.
You think we're going to see it again tonight?
56 Aiden Vargo went in and played some right tackle on all that because they put Benders, you see Tyler Benders, 78 in your picture, one of the captains. He moved into the backfield and played like a wingback position next to Daniel Long. And Aiden Vargo did a terrific job. He's seeking and destroying downfield there. Craig Wolfley would have loved him.
A lot of pancake blocks last week.
You bet. Well, Woodland Hills comes into this game 3-3. They are 1-1 in conference. They play in 5A. I want to talk about enrollment later because I want to have you explain to us what those numbers really mean. Highlands is going to get the ball as Woodland Hills has won the toss. They deferred the option to the second half, and the Rams will receive here in the first half. But they had a tough loss here on this field last week against Shaler. With 14 seconds left, Shaler threw a long winning touchdown pass.
Yeah, Mike, this is not your father's Woodland Hills team. In fact, they honored the 2002 championship team here tonight under George Novak. But these kids will get after you. And again, believe me, I grew up down here. They're tough kids. They think they have a bunch of guys coming from the suburbs that don't know how to play football or are soft. I think they're going to be in for a surprise tonight. And I told the team that before practice yesterday. And again, first quarter is going to tell all. They have a freshman quarterback. We have to get after him. He liked 3 seconds. He's going to get 2. So if they stay focused, don't let the bright lights of the Wolverine bother them, I think we should be fine.
Don't you hate it when you need work done around the house but can't get anyone to call you back, or even worse, when you finally get in touch with someone, they don't finish the job properly? Put those problems aside because Beanie Home Renovations has been executing home projects in the AK Valley from start to finish for over a decade. When you spend your hard-earned money renovating your home, you want the job to be done right. Beanie will do it all from basements to roofing, and they bring a refreshing level of professionalism to every job from the very first call. 724-351-3172. Talk to Brian Nee. Visit their Facebook page and make the first step in making your home a better place to live. Beanie Home Renovations, where the bee is always busy. Freshman kicker Mraz will kick off.
We're number 37. Back to receivers. Our guy, Aaron Randolph. We haven't had a kick return yet, Mike.
No, we haven't.
By the way, it always looks like it rains on this field.
It's very slick. And you know what? When it gets cooler in the evening, it could be slippery.
Yeah, it gets moist.
Here's Mraz. He gets a foot into the ball, and Randolph's going to come up to take it at the 14-yard line. He comes up to the 22, and he gets dropped quickly on a fine tackle by Noah Hutchinson, the senior.
Take a look at this Woodland Hills defense, Mike. They play a 4-2-5. The Don Lyman, defensive end, number 11, Austin Wells. Defensive tackle 75, Maywan Rose. The other defensive tackle 60, Antonio Nash. And the other defensive end, number 2, Cruz McMillan. 2 linebackers, Mike, 42, Andre Smith, 33, Justin Perdue. Then they have what they call nickel or hero back. Watch number 4, Noah Hutcherson. He goes any place he wants to. We'll get the defensive backfield after this play.
Starting lineups tonight brought to you by Dan Timmons Painting in Natrona Heights. Dan Timmons Painting, they got you covered. First down, Highlands. And now we're going to run a quarterback draw with Chandler Timmons to the near side of the field, and they have him for maybe a yard gain. He's brought down quickly down there by Zakir Moore, the freshman, number 16, and they play a lot of freshmen.
Ziggy, Mike, they call him.
Ziggy?
Yep, number 12. And the cornerback is Steve Jenkins. The other corner is 26, Amir Brown. Safeties number 6, Thomas Drake, and 21, Matt Johnson. And Mike, we come out with the original, let's call it the original offense, with Bombalski as a single back.
Second down, 9 to go. Highlands on their 24. Bombalski is the back. He's going to get it and come to the near side of the field. Makes a cut and drags a man up over the 25 to the 28-yard line. Down there for the Wolverines was 42, Andre Smith, the outside linebacker.
Short pickup on that play too, Mike. And let's take a look at the offense for the Highlands Golden Rams. You mentioned the great job the offensive line is doing. The center is 61, Devin Withrop. The guards are the twins, Noah Leslie and Logan Leslie, 75 and 73 respectively. Left tackle 67, Roman Viverito, and the right tackle 78, Tyler Bender.
Rams go 4 wides. It's 3rd and 5 on the 28. Here's the snap. Now Timmons is going to fake it, and he's going to keep it to the near side of the field and gets the first down. He's thrown down into the Highlands bench, but he gets up okay. It's first down, Golden Rams at the 36-yard line.
Very short sidelines, Mike. There's not a lot of room over there, and they ran into, fortunately, our team that time. What are you going to give them on that?
He gains enough to go away and first down.
9-yard pickup, we'll call it for Chandler. And it's first down, Highlands on their 37-yard line. Just underway at the Wolverine on a crisp fall Friday night.
Mentioned Chandler Timmons, our senior quarterback, Luke Bombalski, junior running back. The wideouts are 20, Landon Signorella, 4, Aaron Randolph, and 11, Aiden Burford.
They go pistol, trips to the right. Timmons going to fire it, and it's incomplete. They tried to get the ball to Rondell Hewitt.
He was too busy blocking, Mike.
He was, and he was covered over there by Stephen Jenkins, the junior corner. Different pages together, maybe. Second and 10 for Highlands on their 37-yard line. Just underway. We've played a minute and a half. Get a non-conference game tonight. Strategically placed right in the middle of the season where you don't want it. But
you hate it, Mike, but that's one thing we have to talk about. We come to play this evening. Sometimes they take the week off, but they've said, hey, we got momentum going. We're 6-0. Let's go for 7-0.
Trips right. Timmons going to throw it, and it's incomplete as he tried to get it to Burford over there on the far side of the field, but it fell incomplete, and it's 3rd and 10 now for Highlands.
Mike, some good news on the injury front. Braden White, one of our better wide receivers, should be back next week for conference play.
Cameraman Dan and I were watching him before the game, catching some passes. He looks pretty good.
Mike, the birdie picked Highlands 27-12. The fumbler went Woody High, so we have a split decision against our prognosticators.
Woodland Hills tied for 3rd right now in the Northeast Conference, and they'll have their last 2 games of the year are against Pine Richland and Penn Hills, and those are the 2 teams they're fighting with. 2 of those 3 will make it.
Short side.
Short pocket pass complete to Signorella, breaks a tackle. He's got a first down across the 50, and he's tripped up into Woodland Hills territory by Amir Brown, the cornerback, but it's first down Highlands. Quick slip screen over there to Landon Signorella.
Into Woodland Hills territory.
14-yard pickup.
We have no scoreboard with yard markers, so Mike, you're going to have to help me.
I can do it. That's right. The down and distance is not working on the scoreboard. The clock is working fine. First down on the 49, a high snap.
We haven't had one of those in a while, Mike.
Chandler goes back and covers it, and that gets you behind the chains. Remember the game we had out at Shar Valley, and when they kept getting behind the chains, and it pretty much bogged down every drive, and that's something that could...
Well, we saw it last week, Mike. The Mars Center had problems because he had Noah Leslie right over his nose. And when that happens, that makes you center a little bit differently. I'm going to see it in formation if Withrop has a guy over top of him.
Chandler over to the near side of the field here talking to Matt Bonaslawski. 2nd and 21 now. And that
to the right again.
And that makes a mess out of it.
Oh, sure does.
Rams spreading the field a lot here. Timmons gets a man in the air. Now he's going to keep it. Near side of the field, 40. Gets some of this back. 45. Boy, he's a tough customer to bring down. And he finally gets it up to the 49-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup for Chandler at the 49. It'll bring up a 3rd down. 3rd and 12 for Highlands on their own 48.
What do you think, Mike? He's got about 5 or 6 yards of sideline over there?
Not much. It reminds me of the old days at Katanning, remember?
Yeah, I remember
Remember
that.
Zach Bonatesta got thrown
Through
out
the
of bounds
fence, yeah.
through the fence. Yeah. Old Red Elm Field. 3rd down for Highlands now.
3rd time we faced 3rd and long, Mike.
And the Rams are 2 for 2 on 3rd down so far. Came into the season completing 37% on 3rd down. Timmons back. He looks.
Time.
He fires it, and it's caught. This is Hewlett.
Rondell
He's at the
Hewlett.
30, 25, 20.
Keep going, Rondell.
Breaks the tackle, and he's dropped at the 20-yard line. Rondell Hewlett.
And that was a bullet, Mike, right on stride.
It was, and the Rams are 3 for 3 on 3rd down. They complete a long one to the Woody High 11-yard line. 41 yards.
Chandler 2 for 4 for 55 yards. So, Mike, we can get a 1st down without a touchdown.
Right on the 1. That is correct. 1st and 10 on the Wolverines 11. Again, they go trips to the left this time. Rams really spreading the field. Bumbalski out of the pistol. Timmons going to throw it, and it's incomplete. It went off the hands of Aaron Randolph and was nearly intercepted by Stephen Jenkins.
Yeah, Mike, he threw to the bunch that time. The problem was they were in a bunch. You know, I'd like to see, Mike, that screen of Bumbalski. Remember we did that, I think, in the 2nd game of the year. It was very effective. And now, Woodland Hills, last time I watched, Signorello on the right, they had a safety over top on him.
Okay.
They're not going to let him out in single coverage.
Here's another thing, too. The way you spread in the field like that, it could open the runs inside, too. But they got some big players up on their front, on their defensive front. So
yeah, Mike, 6'7",
and some D1 guys, and some D1 offers on those guys too.
278 and 229 up there.
Again, pistol from the 11-yard line. Timmons back. He's going to fire for the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Looking for a penalty marker, didn't get one.
Again, he went to Randolph, but that corner Jenkins is a big physical corner, and he's hard to get around. Oh boy, 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line, and they haven't run the ball once. 3rd and 10.
Well, we have Babinsack warming up on the sidelines just in case, Mike.
And he's 2 for 3 on the field goal department this year. His longest was 30. If they had to kick it from here, it'd be 29 yards.
Jenkins, 6'3", 184. They got some pretty big guys out there, Mike.
3rd and 10 at the 11-yard line. Now we have whistles,
out.
and we're going to get a timeout.
Who's going to call it?
Highlands calls it. That'll be their first.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 cars that have
Gives us a chance to talk about Harvest Moon Coffee and Chocolates, located in beautiful downtown Trentham. They're dedicated to serving great La Prima espresso coffee and hand-dipped small batch candy using the finest Belgian dark and milk chocolates. Born out of love for chocolate, remarkable coffee, and a sense of giving back to the community, Harvest Moon Coffee and Chocolates has a mission of providing uniquely delicious products while serving as a gathering place for friends and family. Harvest Moon Coffee and Chocolates is located at 206 Corbett Street in Trentham, and they're open every day until 3. Check out their website at harvestmoonc2.com. Drink coffee, eat chocolate, be kind.
Rams started this drive on their 23-yard line. This will be the 12th play at the Woodland Hills 11-yard line. They have taken 3 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock here in this first quarter.
You say 12 plays in only 3 minutes, Mike, throwing the ball a lot. 6 times in the air, 5 times on the ground.
So again, 3 wides to the left. 3rd down and 10. And as the Dean mentioned, they get a 1st down at the 1-yard line.
Once again, they had Signorello double teamed up on the right.
Timmons going to keep it.
He's got
To the
room
right.
out there,
He does
Mike.
have room. 5, Timmons.
Touchdown!
Highlands. Chandler Timmons off the right side, pulled it. Bumbalski looked like he had some room in the middle too, but Chandler saw the area and skirts into the end zone for his second rushing touchdown of the year.
Isn't it nice to have options, Mike?
Isn't it? So the Rams march it 12 plays, 77 yards.
Very impressive, Mike. It said the first drive, first quarter was going to tell us something, and that time Highlands answered an 11-yard touchdown for Chandler.
Babinsack off the hold from Signorella and the snap by Naviglia. It all works. And at 8:39 first quarter, it's Highlands 7, Woodland Hills nothing.
Babinsack put that one in Turtle Creek, Mike.
He called my buddy Arnold Slick this week, and everything's good out here. So we're happy to be here. And hear the band. Wireless Zone is the largest independent Verizon wireless franchise in America. We're dedicated to meeting the wireless needs of your family, your business, and your lifestyle. Our stores offer competitive prices on today's most popular smartphones, devices, and accessories with award-winning customer service. Stop in today and see what makes Verizon the world's largest and most reliable network. Visit your Wireless Zone headquarters in Natrona Heights at the Walmart Plaza, Pittsburgh Mills Mall, and ask about 5G Home. That's 5G ultra-wideband internet for your home. Or find the Wireless Zone store nearest you by visiting wirelesszone.com.
Speaking of homes, Dan, can you pan up for 1 second real quick? Look at the houses above the stadium.
Dan was asking and wondering if people watch the game from their house.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. All the ports. Yep.
And looking up there, it just kind of reminds you of Trenton, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's a long way up. I made that trip many times. Back in the day when Stevie Breslin was here, Mike, this place was packed.
So Babinsack.
Not going to give him a chance, Mike. That's a live
bouncer,
ball.
and it's loose.
Who wants it?
It's
Saunders down there
free
fighting
down there
for it.
at
I
the
don't see anybody
29.
come out of here yet.
Wolverines say they have it. The Rams say they have it. Let's see.
Who's got it?
And it looks like it's Scoop. Scooped it up. Will Smith. Scoop Smith picked it up off the turf.
Saunders is down there with him too, Mike.
I wonder if Scoop Smith knows who Al Oliver is. Probably not. He was Scoop also.
That's right.
He's a
He's not wearing
freshman.
16, by the way.
He's a I know. Scoop's a freshman, and he's already got a hoop offer from Stony Brook. He hadn't even played a varsity game yet, Dean, and he's already got an offer.
That's called AAU basketball, Mike.
Gotta be. Now, their quarterback is a freshman, Cam Walter, number 13. First down at the 29.
Running back is 5, Brandon Jones.
And Walter wants to throw
He
it.
wants to pass.
He's back. He's being chased. Near side of the field. Walter throws, and it's incomplete. Boy, he had Jones running for it. Signorella had picked him up out of the backfield, and it's incomplete.
Their wide receivers, Mike, you mentioned.
And we have
24.
a flag. We have a flag down. Go ahead, Dean. I'm sorry. It's ineligible downfield against Woody High. Go ahead.
Scoops Smith. The other wide receiver is Sonny McClinton. Number 8, number 9, Sincere Rutherford. Number 26, Amir Brown.
Okay, let's see here.
So they're not going to take the penalty, Mike. They're rather take the down. And offensive lineman for Woodland Hills, 67, Kellen McDonough. Left tackle, left guard, 55, Lee Anthony Smith. The center is 54, Dom Wilson. Right guard, 65, Charles Harper. And the right tackle, number 60, Antonio Nash.
Starting lineups brought to you by Dan Timmons Painting. For all your commercial, industrial, and maybe even your school to beautify and protect. 2nd and 10. Jones.
Ooh,
Jones
he
is
got
hit,
drilled.
and Jones is thrown down by Bumbalski at the 29-yard line. Opponents on rushing plays this year are now averaging 1.9 yard a carry against Highlands.
Like I was talking to the Woodland Hills announcers before the game, and they can't believe how few yards we've given up on the ground. Well, we just proved why there.
His name is Mike also.
Everybody's Mike here.
Everybody's Mike in here.
Mike, when I grew up down here,
Dan's
everybody
not.
was named Mike.
Yeah, well, that was a popular name back when we were kids. It's not. It's not up there anymore. But
we all had to have nicknames because there's too many Mikes.
well, we did that at
Before.
Comcast too. It was a penalty fest last week against Shaler, by the way.
Yeah, it looks
they
like
were
we're starting out
all
here.
kinds of flags. It's a false start against the Wolverines. That'll be their first penalty of the ball game. They might be here a while.
Yep. Our defensive line has done such a great job this year tying up those 5 offensive linemen. 78 Tyler Bender, 75 Noah Leslie, 31 Daniel Long. That's right, 3 guys are tying up 5. That leaves our 5 linebackers ready to fire. 22 Ashton Hadachek, 12 Chandler Timmons, 33 Luke Bumbalski, 8 Nick McQuaid, and 20 Landon Signorella.
28 sacks on the year.
They want to pass
Walters
again.
back, and he's going to throw it deep. He's got a man out there, and it is broken up
by
beautifully by Aiden Burford. Well, you talked about the game he had down at Char Valley, but playing tough out there. That's when Braden White went down, and he had to come in a pinch. He's done a great job. It's 4th down.
Burford's the one corner, Montrell Johnson the other, and out of free safety is number 4, Aaron Randolph.
And by the way, does Walter have an arm or what? I mean, this is a freshman, and he's going to be something too.
I've been told he'll be a 4-year starter too, like Chandler.
The snapper is McClinton, and Jake Mraz, the freshman, will punt it.
A lot of underclassmen, Mike.
Very much. A lot of freshmen running around out there, I noticed in the Shaler game. Low snap. It's a bouncer. It's trouble. It's big trouble. And the Rams cover him at the 7-yard line. Mraz dropped the snap. He panicked. Chandler Timmons was on top of him. The Rams will take it. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
It was a bad snap, Mike, but it didn't help when you looked up. You got to grab that ball and run.
It's not a turnover, but it might as well be.
And when you see Chandler Timmons barreling down on you, it's really bad news.
1st down, Highlands on the Woodland Hills 8-yard line at 7:25.
They cannot make a 1st down. They must make a touchdown.
Works for me. Pistol formation. Trips to the right. Now Timmons calls a check with me over there with Signorella on his left. The give is to Bombalski, but they're waiting for him. Bombalski maybe gets a yard, and he's wrapped up down at the bottom of the pile by 16 more. Ziggy, he gets down to the 6. It'll be a 2-yard pickup, 2nd and goal.
Woodland Hills comes in 3-3, Mike. Their wins are against York, North Hills, and Norwin. They've lost the Gateway, Penn Trafford, and Shaler.
That York game at the beginning of the year, that was their 400th game in school history. That was out of Chambersburg. They play in a invitational out there. Timmons is back. He fires, and it's incomplete. He tried to get it to Signorella. He was covered well by Amir Brown, and it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, Mike said it last week. You got to take advantage of these turnovers. Short porches.
Well, and last week the Rams were able to do that. Boy, again, not a turnover officially, but it works as one. The Rams are +3. They forced 10 by the opponent's offenses. You force 10 turnovers, sack the quarterback 28 times, and allow 1.9 yards of carry, you're going to win a lot of football games.
6 of them to be exact.
Yeah. And you can't win them all unless you win the first 6, I've heard someone say once.
That's our motto.
Again, pistol. 3rd and goal at the 6. Now they go empty as Bombalski motions out of the formation. Timmons is back. He rolls to the right.
Yes, the territory.
He can get there. He waits. He looks. He fires. Incomplete.
Oh, boy.
He tried to get it to Signorella, but the ball was at a better chance of being caught by Justin Purdue, the middle linebacker. Timmons could have taken that in, I think.
They had one guy there waiting for him, Mike. He was kind of spying him. So they're going to go for the field goal here. Burton Babinsack.
4th and goal, and the Rams will send the kicking team on the field. Burton Babinsack is 2 for 3 this year. He's made from 29 and 30. This one, as Signorella puts the knee down at the 13-yard line, will be a 23-yard attempt. Naviglia will snap it. Snap, ball down. Babinsack's kick is on its way, and that kick is good. A 23-yard field goal by Burton Babinsack at 6:27 first quarter, and the Rams extend their lead to 10-0.
And Nick Boucher is smiling, Mike. He worked with him. I spoke with him today, and said he's done a great job. And sure enough, another guy working with our athletes is Gary Nagley, and he is with Greatness Athletic Fitness. Maintaining good health and fitness is more important now than ever. Why not make Greatness Athletic Fitness Center in Trenton your locally owned and operated gym of choice? The right trainer makes all the difference. We know that. And Gary Nagley and his team of certified trainers, they'll help you meet your fitness goals, specializing in fitness, personal training, strength training, weightlifting, powerlifting, and even boxing. And they're always open. All you have to do is swipe your key card. Greatness Athletics Fitness Center is located 222 East 4th Avenue, right on the corner. Membership started at only $20, so give them a call at 724-681-8629 or check them out on their Facebook page at Greatness Athletics.
I think this is the 3rd time this year, guys, that the Rams have led 10-0. Very strange, especially in high
They
school.
are not kicking it to anybody.
No, they're not. And this is taken by, I believe it's 15, who is Reddix.
Taken by the Wolverines, number 15.
And he gets up to the 46 to 44-yard line, so they'll have good field position.
Burford makes a stop, Mike. We talked about that 2002 team for Woodland Hills that won the WPL and went on to the state championship game. Guess who was number 15 on that team?
That was Steve Reston. I do know that one.
Yep. And that must be an honor to wear that number. Mike, the terrible thing about that state championship game is played at Hershey in a mud bowl. And he just couldn't get the center snap.
Yeah.
From the shotgun.
I saw one of their championship games. It might have been that year. They beat Central Catholic at Heinz Field then.
Yes, I think it was.
That might have been that year. Oh, boy, Bumbalski's waiting for Jones.
You cannot take that step, Mike.
Bumbalski and Hayes were both in there for Highlands, and they wrapped up Jones for a loss of 2.
You want to take that counter step, you better take it fast, or they're going to be on you. And Bumbalski again setting the pace here tonight with 2 tackles so far. Loss of 2.
Second down, it's 12. 3 wides this time for Walter. Jones is the setback. And they're going to give it to Jones again. Jones with a head of steam this time and does push it ahead the 45 to the 46. Again, Bumbalski was in there for Highlands.
And Timmons.
So it'll be 3rd and 8. 3rd down, 8 yards to go for Woodland Hills. Again, we have no scoreboard for down and distance, so we're doing simple math tonight. Thanks to the sheet that Bob Tattern gave me when I first started almost 30 years ago.
Bob looking down on us.
Helping us out.
Speaking of Bobs, I got a Bob for you after this play.
3rd down, and Walter is back on a play fake.
Rolling, there's got
looking.
room.
He's going to fire it downfield. He's got a man open, but it's incomplete. It's overthrown. Angelo Reddix, the man that ran the kickoff back, was down there, but again, Walter shows a very strong arm, but could not make the connection.
Mike, Bob Friend, the old Valley trainer.
I saw his name on the list. He is the trainer here.
At Woodland Hills. Guess how long he's been here?
A long time.
20 years.
That's amazing.
It's like we saw him yesterday at Valley.
He would be in the trainer's room when you walked into the Valley locker room to go find Tom Myers, and Bob would be in there working somebody out on the table right there inside the window there. And
great guy, still at it.
He helped us out with who was able to play each night and wasn't. So Jake Mraz, who dropped the last snap.
They're coming after him, Mike.
It's a good snap this time, and he boots it. Line shot, it's going to hit.
Let's get out of the way, boys.
Rams need to get out of the way and let it go, and they will inside the 25.
Any chance we see Wild Ram this time?
And it rolls dead at the 22-yard line. That's where the Rams will start. 1st and 10 at their 22, 4:56 to go.
If I were coaching, I'd mix and match.
If I were coaching, I wouldn't use it at all tonight.
Well, let's see who's right.
You know, but I was wrong about it the whole way last week. So whatever I say, just do the opposite, and it was proven to work in last week's game. So, you know, what do I know?
Coach Choma and Coach Pavlik, we're up here for a reason. The real coaches are next.
Yeah, they're over there. Bo Elliott's over there, and Scott Newell's over there, and maybe, I don't know, Elijah Jackson's over there. Dean, it's Wild Ram with Bumbalski in the backfield. That's a wrinkle. And Bender and Long were the running backs.
There he is, Mike. He's off and running again.
Randolph still going through.
3 tackles he broke.
Up
He's
over the 35.
Not done, Mike.
And they're finally going to whistle him dead at the 35-yard line. The wrinkle tonight was Bumbalski was his sidecar. That's what's different.
Did you see him hit that hole?
Yes, quickly. You know, I covered the Steelers back. The quickest person I've ever seen hitting the hole as a running back was Jerome Bettis. You wouldn't think that was true, but it was. And he was amazing, and that's why. He had the quickest feet. 12 yards for Randolph. 1st down at the 35.
And back we go to Wildcat. Timmons on the wide receiver
is over
to the
here
left.
looking for
one-on-one coverage, Mike. Nobody over the top.
And he's going to give it to Bumbalski this time. Bumbalski cuts it up through there, across the 35 to the 38-yard line. Down around his ankles for the Wolverines was Justin Perdue, the senior middle linebacker. Pick up a 3, it'll be 2nd and 7.
And Mike, one thing about Aaron you have to give him credit for, most Wild Ram guys, they take the snap, they run it.
All the time.
Passed it.
He's
handing it off.
Now, and this week they've added that he's handing it off. It's becoming a well-rounded position for him.
And that's an art unto itself, getting that ball in his belly.
I was thinking Chandler Timmons is a senior, which means he won't be allowed to play for us next year. We're going to need a quarterback.
Yes, we will. And we have a nice JV quarterback, Minaj Lucas.
I love choices.
He's been on the injured list, but he'll get back at it.
Randolph going to keep it this time. Squirts through there, up over the 40 to the 41-yard line, but a good job by the Wolverines. They know he's coming. And again, it was Purdue in there to bring him down. So the Rams are going to face a 3rd and 4 at the 41.
Gain of 3 on the play.
And now this is maybe where you go back to Chandler, Mike. We could do it.
There's all kind of choices. Again, lining up at fullback again is Bender and Long, which puts Aiden Vargo 56 at right tackle, and he did a terrific job last week.
We're still sticking with it.
That's what they're doing. Hewlett splits to the right, and you see Bender and Long as H-backs. 3rd down. And now Randolph going to keep it. Squirts to the right, and he's off. 1st down and more. 50. Still going, and he's brought down at the Woodland Hills 48-yard line. 1st down, Highlands.
A lot of guys would head for the sidelines, Mike. He turns it up. He's looking for action. He's getting it, too.
10-yard pickup for Aaron.
3 rushes now, 24 yards for Aaron.
1st and 10. 2:35 to go first quarter. The Rams lead it 10-0 at Woodland Hills. Again, next week we are back in Greater Allegheny Conference play at Kiski.
2 weeks in a row, new fields for us,
Yep.
Mike. We got to sit down and count them.
I have. This is like 65 for me, that I know that. It's 65, something like that. I can check it. And to give us to Julius Saunders squirting through there. Inside the 45 and down to the 44-yard line.
And once again, that was Aaron Randolph handing it off. Boy, Mike, look what they did yardage-wise. They pulled all the way back to the 45.
So it's 2nd and 7.
Gain of 3 on the play, brings up 2nd down, 7. Ball is marked for the Wolverines, 45 yards.
Rams leading at 10-0. Yeah, this turns into number 64 for me, and next week the second Kiski field will be number 65.
Yeah, we've done Davis Field before.
Yep. Basketball, I'm at 76. We cannot catch George Guido even combined, the two of us. But he gets to do 2 games a week sometimes, so he's had an advantage.
He's cheap.
2nd down. Tight formation this time. Randolph going to give it to Saunders, and he gets through there and gets a couple. Well, they're doing a good job of defending it. Down at the bottom was Thomas Drake to bring Saunders down that time.
And again, Mike, little wrinkles every time. We didn't see the running. We didn't see Aaron hand it off at all last week. He didn't have to.
3rd and 5. The clock winds to 1:03 left. First quarter, 10-0 Highlands. The Rams have it. 3rd down, we're going to call it 5 to go on the Woodland Hills 43-yard line. Woodland Hills has not made a 1st down yet. They've run 6 offensive plays in this first quarter.
And I want you to notice next time we're in the huddle, Mike, Chandler Timmons is calling the plays. Even though he's not a quarterback, he's a wide receiver.
He's split to the right this time, and now
he stood.
Randolph is in trouble.
He waited too long. You can't wait for
And
these
he's
guys.
still in trouble.
And
he's going to be stopped back at the 46-yard line. He tried to get behind Bumbalski that time, like the old play they used to run with Sinclair getting behind Devlin or Lucchino. And
he lost 4 there.
4th down, 4th and 9. Let's see if the Rams bring the punt team out here. 4th and 9.
Looks like they're going to take the time.
They're going to let the quarter run out, and then they'll make their decision as they go to the second quarter. That is the end of the first quarter at the Wolverine and Turtle Creek with the score. Highlands 10 and the Woodland Hills Wolverines nothing. I believe this one's going to be yours this week. You have a story for us.
Yeah, Mike, there's no better time than right now to stop in Highland Tire and Highland Integrity Alignment. Went to get my car inspected, found out that I needed new tires right over at Highland Tire. Took care of me, Mike, in a couple hours, and they had 15 guys ahead of me, and they did me in 2 hours, so I appreciated that. They said, we know you have a road game tonight, so they're keeping track of our schedule, too. So see why they've been voted the best in the AK Valley, best in my book since 1993, best oil change since 95, and now voted #1 for auto repair. Alan handed out lots of carnations today.
Yeah, there you go.
Highland Tire offers one of the largest and most complete inventories of tires and custom wheels in the Pittsburgh area. And if you don't see it, ask, they'll order it for you. Visit HighlandTire.com or give them a call and Trenton at 724-224-9222. And in Trenton Heights at 724-224-7900 or Highland Integrity Alignment at 724-224-5900. Highland Tire service, integrity price since 1961. We deliver. Like I called today, and I called the integrity number instead because I have them all in my head. I just had the wrong place.
Well, that's true, too, because us having to say them so often. Well, the Rams will punt it as we start the second quarter. Luke Bombalski averaging 31 yards a kick. He's knocked 5 dead inside the 20. Maybe this would be a nice place to do that.
By the way, Mike,
deep man for the Wolverines is Isaiah Greer. Good snap and a good kick.
Let's get down on that one, guys.
And he kicks it out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. So that's another one inside the 20 for Luke. Where are you going to put it? The 19? Goodness.
Beside Alan, Sean over there also works at Highland Tire. He's a big Highlands fan. He's here tonight. He works with Brennan Hayes. And that kid, I'll tell you, over the last year, Mike, he's really developed into a great athlete. He's working real hard at it.
So they're going to put it right at the 20. I think we didn't do well on that spot.
Mike, that was a terrible spot.
It went right out at the 12 as far as I could see.
The ramp there, and they put it in front of the ramp.
So it's first down Wolverines on their 20. Rams lead it 10-0.
Burford out on the island here, Mike.
2 sidecars. We got a motion man, and we have motion indeed. This will be a penalty. Let's see who it's going to be against. Looks like it's going to be against the Wolverines. Let's see. They're pointing both ways. Let's see if we can pick up the call here.
Ball start on the offense, 5 yards, first down.
There we go. Second penalty against the Wolverines.
15-yard line of the Wolverines, where they have it now, first and 15.
By the way, it's the first time Highlands has been 6-0 in the last 8 years.
2014, it was the last conference championship. Walter keeps it 20, and he gets tripped up as he gets to the 21-yard line. Is good job by Montrell Johnson coming up in run support to get Walter off his feet. Walter's a big kid at 6'2" out there. Good gain, 7 yards.
And Mike, no surprise, Aaron Randolph was the player to watch in the Valley News Dispatch this week.
2nd
and 8, Woodland Hills at the 22. Two backs this time. They're going to give it to Keys on a little cross-bucket action up over the 25 to the 28-yard line. Luke Bombalski brings him down. Keys has been their leading ball carrier this year.
Yeah, Mike, last week, Brandon Johnson led Woodland Hills in rushing with 106 yards and a touchdown against Shaler. They have a variety of running backs they'll bring at you.
So here we go, 3rd and 3.
Early test of defense for the Golden Rams.
And it gives to Jones, and Jones is hit, and Jones is not going to get to the sticks. He's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line. Opponents only able to connect 17% on 3rd down this year. And there's another one as the Rams.
Yes, too.
Luke again?
Yep.
The gain is 1 to the 28.
Bombalski and Randolph were in there, Mike, and they set that edge and they couldn't get it. They'll have to punt.
So Jake Mraz will punt it again. Aaron Randolph standing back at the 48-yard line of Highlands.
He's been a busy guy. See the snap this time, Mike. He's 1 for 2.
Kellen McDonough has come in to do this.
Look at this.
Oh, it's over his head. This is trouble. Mirage back to get it. Mirage tries to kick it. It's loose.
It's a touchdown now.
The Rams are on it. Let's see.
It's going to be a touchdown. Yes, it is.
It is a Highlands touchdown. No, it is Landon Signorella. Landon Signorella was on it.
Great for Landon. I thought Chandler hit him in the end zone and made him cough it up, but he never had possession.
Woodland Hills struggling with their punt game as they've changed long snappers on the punts. Landon Signorella fell on it in the end zone, and the Rams have scored to make it 16-0. I think that one would get reviewed if we had that because it was kind of close. But
now that's a special teams touchdown. We haven't had one of those.
No,
lately.
we haven't. We'll put that down. And there's the kick by Babbitt-Sackett. It's up and good. Signorella and Daniel Long were both there, but I think Lando's the one that actually.
Well, I can tell you one thing, Mike. Last week we had a fumble recovery wrong. We had given it to Nick McQuaid. And they give out the stickers, and coach says, okay, who really had the fumble recovery?
Okay.
McQuaid said it was somebody else. Nixon on his kid. We'll give him that much. Well, Mike, I was at the Bichet's today, too. I'm hitting all of our sponsors up. I went from Highland Tire to Boucher's to pay my car insurance. And again, they've been serving in Toronto Heights for over 70 years. John was not there. He'd taken off already for their game tonight. Kiski helps out there. But Nick was there, and they are uniquely qualified to help you choose home and auto insurance that protects you and your family. They're independent agents nationwide, working with them, Progressive, Allstate, and AIC. Find out more ways to save you and your family home and auto insurance money. Call your hometown independent agents, John and Nick Boucher, at 724-224-4300. Choose the coverage that's right for you and your family. Evening and Saturday hours for your convenience. Remember, the AK Valley, you're in good hands with Boucher's on your side.
Kiski is at Mars tonight. Here's the kick. And now running to the far side of the field
made it to the corner.
Is Chaz Cobbs, and he's down the sideline. 40, he's going all the way. Chaz Cobbs takes it back all the way for a Woodland Hills touchdown. And again, even squibbing it, the Rams have trouble on kick coverage, and Woodland Hills is right back in the ball game.
How many yards on that, Mike?
I couldn't tell you where he picked it up.
We'll go with
about 70.
70. So back-to-back special teams touchdowns, huh?
So at 9:36, this one goes. And special teams have giveth and taketh away from both of these teams tonight. Have they not? McClinton snaps it. Hutcherson holds it. Mraz with the kick. Oh, the timing was a little bit off. And Mraz certainly has the leg. He bangs it through. And at 9:36 left of the first half, it's now Highlands 17 and Woodland Hills 7.
So that was an interesting turn of events, huh, Michael?
Wasn't it, though? 17-7 now. As Mraz runs it, kicks the extra point off the Chaz Cobb touchdown. By the way, I don't want anybody to panic, but Armstrong's going to jump ahead of us in the standings after tonight. So when you see the standings in the paper and see that Armstrong's in first place, don't panic. It's a Gardner points thing. The conference title is probably going to be determined when those two teams play each other, the last Highlands home game at home.
2 weeks from now, yeah.
Yeah, so they'll be ahead of us after tonight because they'll have the same record, but they'll have more Gardner points judging by who played.
You're telling me Indiana's conceding this evening?
Well, if they win. Do you think Indiana's going to beat Armstrong?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
By the way, North
now,
Catholic,
we may gain some Gardner points too, so that could happen.
Armstrong beat North Catholic 35-13 last week, and that's a big shutout a couple weeks from now. Mars is a one-on-one, Mike. They lost us last week. They're hosting Kiski tonight, as you said. And Hampton, they beat Connellsville 55-19 in a non-conference game. They're playing at North Catholic.
This kind of reminds you of Chartiers Valley a lot, doesn't it? Just the way the game's gone.
Yep.
You get this comfortable feeling, and then they just do that right to you.
By the way, Indiana, Mike, they put 47 on Kiski last week. They went 47-28.
Yeah, they did.
And guess what? Their quarterback was back.
And they were banged up. Yeah, exactly. So I was wondering about that, but they sure fight up there. There's no doubt about it. That's our last road loss. You know that was at Indiana last year. The Rams have won 3 straight away. Here the Highlands band down to our left. And here's Mraz, and he kicks it high. Randolph's coming up to get it at the 13-yard line. Makes a
right
man
up the
miss.
middle.
In the middle, and here he goes.
Baby.
And he does the somersault to the 35-yard line.
He is exciting every time he touches the ball, Mike.
So after back-to-back plays where special teams touchdowns were scored, Highlands scored one on a bad snap punt over the head of the punter and then recovered it for a touchdown. And then the ensuing kickoff returned by Woodland Hills for a touchdown. We're actually going to have an offensive play run here at the 34-yard line.
You feel bad for Mraz. That has to be the worst feeling in the world. He'd already jumped, Mike, and he was coming down. The ball was sailing over his head.
Their snaps by McClinton on the place kicks are fine. I think the Rams
having a little confusion. They're going to have to call timeout.
No, that's a penalty for a illegal substitution. I think they had 12 men on the field.
Yep, that's going to be our first one of the night, Mike. How about that? We survived the whole quarter without a penalty.
Oh, there's no flag.
Oh,
all right. That's my favorite kind. I think what he did was he was calling a substitution, then he counted and saw that there were 11 and not 12. Because that's what I did too. I just assumed it when I saw the flag, and when I counted, I said, I don't see a 12th player.
You know, that's another thing with these Wildcat offenses, Mike, just getting personnel on and off the field.
Now Randolph is going to be in the slot to the right. Timmons the quarterback, Bombalski in the pistol. 1st and 10 at the 34. Timmons in trouble. Spins out of there. Can he get away? He can. He's at the 30, the 35.
Great block by Bombalski.
Timmons to the 39-yard line. How he got 5 yards there, I'll never know.
Bombalski just destroyed a defender that time, Mike. Watch that on replay.
2nd and 5 for Highlands at the 39-yard line. Nine minutes left, first half. Highlands 17, Woodland Hills 7. On a crisp, cool October night in Turtle Creek.
Do you see a play clock, Mike?
I don't.
That's not good.
Well, that's what the back judge is for.
Well, he'll pump it 10 seconds, right?
I think, and then 5, I believe. Again, they go pistol, and now Bombalski out of the formation. High snap, and that's going to mess the play up. And down goes Chandler at the 32-yard line. He's sacked that time by Thomas Drake.
Drake had a straight shot to him, too.
He
Mike.
did.
Yep.
Now they lost everything they gained back on the previous play to the 32. They lost more than that. 3rd down and 12. So now the Rams got to put it up to try to make this. They bring 3 to the near side of the field.
And they're double covering Signorella up on top, Mike.
Burford, Hewlett, and Randolph. Yeah, Signorella is to the boundary. He's going to get a screen pass. They got him, though, and they defended beautifully at the 37. And Signorella brought down that time by Tommy Drake again. He made 2 nice plays on consecutive ones. And the Rams are going to have to punt the football. 10 yards on the pickup.
Bombalski back to kick.
Brandon Jones seeks to receive for Woodland Hills.
High snap.
On 4th down, Bombalski gets it out of there, and it's a good kick. Coming up to get now, they're going to let it go. Takes a Highlands bounce inside the 30.
Keep going.
They're waving it. Bender and Burford. Finally, they put it down at the 23-yard line. Another good punt by Bombalski.
Like the 4A standings, Aliquippa still number 1, McKeesport number 2. We were talking about this on our way down. Central Valley at 3, Highlands would come in at 4, and then West Allegheny moves into the standings. You know, eventually Aliquippa is going to play Central Valley. And when that happens, if Central Valley wins, they'll go to 1, and guess what?
They're just going to drop to 2.
Exactly.
We had that with Bell Vernon and TJ, I think, a year ago, isn't it?
Which is a shame for Highlands. Do you see that thing I sent you about projections of the playoffs already?
Yeah, I didn't look at it because it's too, that'll jumble my brain. There's a pass complete to the near side of the field. And it's a first down to the 40-yard line as Walter completed it to Scoop Smith.
That was a nice catch, Mike.
That's their first down of the night. 16 yards out to the 39.
He stuck his hand out there. Might get basically one-handed it.
First
down, Woodland Hills on the 39-yard line.
Two sidecars this time, Mike. Here's
now they're going to run a jet
Where's
sweep.
that edge, Mike? Where's that edge?
It was right in the arms of Hayes as he brought down Smith coming around to the near side of the field. They get a yard on that.
And again, Mike, that's what Highlands linebackers do best. They do not allow you to get an edge.
Legal shift on the offense.
The Rams are going to decline. It's a legal shift. 2 men were moving at the same time. Rams will decline the penalty. They'll take the result of the play, which is a 1-yard gain to the 40. It's 2nd and 9 for the Wolverines. 6:47 left. First half. Rams 17, Wolverines 7. Twins to the right this time. 2 sidecars for Walter. And to give us to Jones. The Rams are after him. He turns, and with good body lean, he's a strong kid. Gets it up to the 42. Tyler Bender
Tackled by David Graham.
Leslie Signorella. It's a 2-yard gain.
No Leslie on that tackle along with Bender. 3rd and long.
3rd and 7 for Wolverines at the 42. They have to get just up to the 48.5 or so. It's interesting to see if Tim Boster might want to push the envelope if they get some of this back here. And Walter with a little play action. He's back. He's hit. He's dropped all day long at the 28-yard line.
Daniel Long. Boy, he had him in his sights, Mike.
Back at the 29-yard line. It's a 13-yard loss. The first Highlands sack. And it's 4th down.
He is a force, Mike. He gets a beat on somebody, they are in big trouble.
4th and 20, and now we'll see if they've changed snappers again. Nope, they're sticking with 67, Kellen McDonough. And Jake Mraz standing at the 15-yard line. They have had 2 disasters on punt snaps.
3rd time's a charm.
And he had to back up to get it, and he gets it out of there. The Rams hit the kicker, and we're going to get a flag.
Yeah, Mike.
Now, if roughing the kicker's an automatic first down.
What does Burford go out near the ball?
I don't know, but there's another flag.
They shoved Burford, Mike.
Well, they tried to push him into the ball. Now, this will be interesting.
That's going to be unsportsmanlike there. That's going to be running the kicker back there. Now, is that the 5 or the 15?
I don't know that they can do a 5 in college. I think it might all be 15.
So he might just do the whole thing again?
It could be. So we'll wait till the officials sort it out. We'll try to pick up his call. He's got a pretty solid mic on tonight. We've been able to pick him up.
Timmy Simpkins, our referee, Mike. They're sorting things out down there.
And discussing it here. The flag down here in the scrum is at the 40, and the flag against Highlands for roughing the kicker is back inside the 20. So we'll see what they're discussing this and making sure they have all their ducks in a row with it. If it would be unsportsmanlike. Let's see.
I would think, Mike, when you push a kid in towards the ball.
Let's see.
2 fouls on the play. Personal foul, roughing the kicker on the defense. Illegal block in the back on the offense. Penalties offset.
We'll do it again. There you had it, Dean.
There you go.
That really hurts Woodland Hills. That's just an undisciplined penalty there.
Yeah, you know, Daniel Long roughing the kicker. He had a shot at that one. It just
and the thing,
the
thing is that he caught it cleanly in the air. If the ball would have hit the ground, you can try to tackle the guy.
Yeah.
But since he did catch it, even though it was a high snap, he was able to. I believe he caught a fair catch on his own punt snap there. But so we'll do it again, which is just another chance for disaster for the.
Now, Mike, what's interesting, the yard markers have moved. If he would have a fake, that way we know where
the line of scrimmage is actually the 29, not the 25. They lost 4 yards here. They did. They lost 4 yards. They put it in the wrong place.
Oh, they're moving before. That's definitely against Woodland Hills.
Well, the original 4-yard penalty, which wasn't marked.
The unmarked penalty. And that was the best snap of the night, Mike.
It was perfect. So we're going to mark it back now to the 20. The ball should be at the 24. 4th and many. 4th and 29.
We have a timeout in the field. It looks like an injury, Mike.
Yeah, they are. They're taking a Woodland Hills player over to the sidelines.
And now they're saying, come on back. There was no timeout.
There was no timeout. Noah Hutchison is ushered off over onto the Wolverines sideline. So we're going to try this again. It's 4th and 29. And again, with 4 yards that shouldn't have been given. 5:05 left first half. Jake Mraz standing at his 5-yard line. The Rams have lead this game because of bad punt snaps. Period.
An adventure. There's a good one.
Good snap.
Oh,
and now they blow the whistle. What was this all about? Another flag.
Procedure, Mike, again.
Another one.
Wow. And that poor punter. You feel bad for him, Mike, because Chandler Timmons is on him.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to block it.
I was afraid so, but that would have worked for me.
Penalty moves the ball back to the Wolverines 15.
Now his feet are on the goal line, Mike.
4th and 34. And again, the Rams ended up with a field goal off a bad punt snap and a touchdown directly resulting. That's the 10 points they lead by.
And that's a high
Another
one
high
again.
snap, and he gets it out of there.
That time he did.
And it was deflected by Daniel Long. He got a piece of it. The ball's going to roll dead in Woodland Hills territory.
That's not bad for where he's open.
No, considering it was tipped. You see the referee gave the tip signal. And again, a disastrous punting game by Woodland Hills. We didn't see it much last week because they scored a lot. But 4:57 left till halftime.
Highlands takes over in good position, Mike. They can lock this one in here. That'd be big.
It is big. Dean, you talked about George Novak. He's one of only 3 WPIL coaches to win 300 games. And those other 2 would be Jim Render at Upper St. Clair, who won over 400, and Joe Hamilton at Blackhawk. And George is going to get caught here soon.
Ooh, who's coming?
He is going to get caught probably next year. This guy could win his 300th this year, but his team's 3-3 this year. Kind of a little disappointing. Do you know who I'm talking about? This guy played for George Novak, and he's about to catch him in pass.
Thomas Jefferson.
Bill Chirpak is correct. He played for him at Steel Valley.
How about that?
Timmons.
Nice pass.
Going to throw it over here, and Bumbalski takes it inside the 35, and Bumbalski down to the 33-yard line.
Nice touch on that ball by Timmons.
So the gain is 4. Good solid pickup. 2nd and 6.
Chandler now 4 of 10 for 64 yards. And he has our only rushing touchdown. We've only had 1 offensive touchdown here tonight, leading 17-7. Special teams making some big plays.
And Woody High's touchdown was on the kick return.
A new setup, Mike. Look at this formation. Talk about a power formation.
And to give through the middle, Bumbalski breaks through there.
Shoulder squared, Mike.
He does, and he's very close. I think he has the first down inside the 30 to the 26, and it is first down Highlands.
10 on that carry.
And that's the first down for Highlands here. Well, that was from the 33 to the 27 for 6.
6.
First and 10, and that for Highlands is their 7th first down. Woodland Hills has 1.
Again, that defense, Mike, comes to play.
Woodland Hills deferred the option. They'll get the kickoff to start the second half. Rams would like to take as much time off this clock as they can. Using the same Wild Ram formation, but with Timmons at quarterback. Bumbalski through there.
Nice.
He does. He spins and turns and gets to the 21-yard line before he's brought down by Antonio Nash. 6 more for Luke.
I have 5 for 19 so far. Boy, pretty balanced running attack. Mike Timmons, 7 for 18. Randolph, 4 for 20. And Saunders has 2 for 5.
The clock will be under 3 minutes when the Rams snap this one. They lead it 17-7.
2 timeouts left, correct?
Correct. Now those aren't on the board. I'm trying to keep track of those. Again, the H-backs are Long and Bender. They give to Bumbalski. He keeps those legs churning inside the 20, and he's very close to a first down at the 16-yard line.
They move the chains, Mike.
It is first down Highlands. He got the 4 he needed. Make it 5.
That's 1.
First down Highlands at the just inside the 16. We'll call it the 15.
You got to give the coaching staff A+ for creativity, Mike. Every week they seem to come up with a different formation and very effective.
Yeah, they're running the same Wild Ram plays here, except they're running them with Chandler at quarterback, because you still see Long 31 and Bender 78 lined up, stacked next to each other in an H-back position.
That brings Vargo into
and
the
Vargo
game,
in at right tackle 56.
Doing a nice job.
Developed another offensive lineman in the during the season too.
They're loading up the middle, Mike.
Timmons going to keep it this time. Timmons off the right side, knifes through there. Inside the 10, he got bent backwards as he gets it down to the 8-yard line.
Brought down by the Wolverines 21, Matthew Johnson.
We'll give him 7 on that one, and it'll be 2nd and 3. Well, this is the kind of Highlands drive that we have been used to this season. Time consuming, even though they took over at the 37-yard line.
And there's no rush, Mike.
1:39 to go. They are winding the time. As the Dean mentioned, there are 2 timeouts. And they're going to try to wind this down as far as they can get it. High snap. Timmons gives to Bumbalski. Cuts through there.
He's close.
He's close, but I don't think he's got it. I think he's about a yard short down to the 12-yard line.
I think we use the timeout here.
I'm sorry, not the 12. The 6, 7-yard line.
Give him 1.
I say 2 because it's 3rd and 1.
All right. 7 rushes, 26 yards. I would take a timeout here, Mike.
Well, they're going to let this clock go.
See, because why want the timeout here? You want to have 4 plays.
You want to make sure you have 4. Well, it depends if you're throwing those or not, and you don't want to be the Broncos. So
I didn't see a play.
Thank goodness. My eyes are bleeding. Bumbalski's got a first and goal at the 5-yard line.
Now maybe you take the timeout, Mike. Timeout. They're going to do it.
The Rams do call time. It'll be 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
We need to push this one in, but let's talk about Ron Gillette's Towing and Services, a registered contractor certified in PA state inspections and emissions. Call Gillette today for your towing, paving, excavating, hauling, demolition, and snow removal needs. Plenty of cleanup. Boy, am I doing that. Run a 10-yard curb box. 1 call and you can dump it all, just no paint or tires. I learned something about paint, Mike. You can put cat litter in paint and it makes it hard as a rock. How about that?
How about that?
Thank you, Dan Timmons. Gillette Towing is fully licensed, insured, bought and certified, and owns all of its state-of-the-art equipment, and Gillette's are proud to enjoy an A+ rating for the Better Business Bureau. Call Gillette today at 724-226-1222. Phones answer 24/7, 365. And again, they always pick up person to person. Find them on the web at rongilletteinc.com or on the Facebook page, Ron Gillette Inc. Towing and More. Ron Gillette Towing and Service, the AK Valley's leader since 1955.
You know what else is good with the cat litter takes care of? If you have a gasoline spill at the gas pump, the cat litter will absorb it.
Mike's going back in time.
Going back in time. By the way, Dean, they waited till there was 1 second left on the play clock to call that timeout. There were 18.7 seconds to go.
I don't get that, do you?
Well, they're going to wind the time down, and they've wound the time down. So now you basically have 1 run, and that's it. You have 1 run because you have 1 timeout left. And so the ball's going to – so what it tells you is the ball's going to be in the air. You can run it once because you can stop the clock.
But why wouldn't you take the timeout earlier and give you more options?
I don't know.
We'll try to get an explanation of that. We have Randolph over here, lonely end, Mike.
But in previous years, we've had all kind of trouble with the clock. This is the first opportunity for this coaching staff. So, high snap. They're going to give it to Bumbalski, and he's got nowhere to go. Now the Rams got to call time.
I just don't get that, Mike.
12 seconds left. So the timing was off a little bit on that one, I think.
Yeah.
And then when they went to hand it off, their spacing wasn't correct, and it was a long reach for Chandler. He's got a long reach, but
I just don't want that to come back and haunt us, Mike.
No, I don't either. I think that the more time you would have saved there, then it would have opened up the playbook for you. Now it's obvious what you have to do. Now you have to throw.
Was that a loss of 1 on that play?
That was a loss of 1, yeah. Back to the 7. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Highlands at the 7. 12.2 left. The Rams lead it 17-7 here at the Wolverina. The facility's tremendous, by the way. Again, never having been here, but we have good facilities for us up here. There's plenty of seating. You see the Woodland Hills people are on the opposite side, and the Highlands folks are down here below us.
All right, Mike, what do we got here?
They've been threatening to throw a fade. They just haven't been able to get it done.
They're going power here, Mike.
Randolph to the near side of the field.
And Woodland Hills jamming the box too, Mike.
And Timmons is back. He looks. He sprints left. He fires for the end zone.
Touchdown!
Touchdown! Highlands in the corner of the end zone to Rondale Hewlett.
Well, Mike, they knew something we didn't know, huh?
Rondale Hewlett, who's caught 2 tonight. And that one is his first touchdown of the year at 5 seconds left till halftime.
And that's why we're here, Mike.
Exactly.
6-yard pass, huh?
And Rondell catches his second of the night right. He had that 41-yarder earlier. Snap is good. The hold is good. And the kick is good. At 5 seconds left, the Rams lead it 24-7. Timmons completing his 7th touchdown pass of the year.
He now is 5 of 11 for 70 yards and a touchdown.
Are you or someone you know in need of physical or occupational therapy? Well, why not consider the caring therapist at Phoenix Rehabilitation and Health Services in Natrona Heights? Zach Bartolotta and his staff specialize in one-on-one personalized care, coupled with the latest techniques and equipment in physical therapy services. They deal with any type of injury, specializing in orthopedic conditions, including sports and workers' comp injuries. Phoenix will help you with your goal of returning to the activities you love the most. Phoenix is conveniently located at 1601 Union Avenue, Natrona Heights. They have flexible hours for your convenience and accept most insurances, including UPMC. So give them a call today. Set up an appointment, 724-224-5090. Now let's cover a kick, fellas. No more of that.
Scott Newell's a genius, Mike, and Matt Bonislawski. They knew exactly what they had to do.
I'll buy the part where Scott Newell's a genius. They did know what they were doing.
They sure did.
They had one more play left, though. They weren't going to get two if that wasn't completed, but Chandler threw a good ball. Now they're going to try it again on the onside kick, and it's recovered by Charlie Fisher at the 41-yard line.
Sidney Rella makes the tackle. We leave him any time?
4 seconds, so they can, and believe me, Walter can throw it.
Yes, he can.
Burton Babinsack, 3 for 3 on extra points and 1 for 1 on field goals tonight. He has been tremendous. What a find, sophomore.
Hard worker.
This one often results in a sack. Let's see. And Walter is back. He's looking.
And they're
He's
chasing.
looking.
And he throws,
throws it to the popcorn vendor, and that's the end of the first half at the Wolverina in Turtle Creek with the score. Highlands 27, Woodland Hills 7. We'll be back with stats and more right after this.